And now let's move on to the 6K range, shall we? Okay. 6K range. I do like some names in here. Normally I'm not, I mean, I'll tell you how I feel about the 6K range. And this week I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. And the first name that I'm optimistic about is a name that I'm normally optimistic about. And sometimes most of the time it's disappointing. But Russell Knox at 6,900. This is a Russell Knox golf course. Okay. The last win that he had on the PGA Tour was here in 2016. We were doing podcasts back then, believe it or not. I remember that win. And he's an accurate dink and dunker, grinder kind of guy. Like that's kind of how Russell Knox rolls. This is a great course fit for him. I mean, he's it's just like Danny McCarthy, Brian Harmon. Like the skill sets are all the same. It's just maybe Russell's not quite as consistent or whatever. But I do think his floor is just as good. We saw him finish sixth at the Players Championship, finished 15th at Colonial just a couple of weeks ago. Seventh place at the Sony Open, another course that rewards kind of accuracy and approach play. Russell's typically a guy that doesn't get himself in a lot of trouble, and I think he could definitely be in play here. He's only missed two cuts at the Travelers Championship, and he's played here every year since 2012. Now, the last two cuts were the last 2 years, which I kind of toss out 2020 because it was early and it was early after the COVID restart. So for the sake of my argument, I'll cut out 2020. How about that? But Russell Knox at 6,900, you know, is probably a lock for me. I love that. Adam Svenson's been playing pretty well. We like Adam Svensson at 6,800. He's hitting it well. Coming off a 21st at the Canadian Open, his country event, his home country event, 26th at RBC Heritage. Another course that kind of you don't have to be a super long hitter. A couple sneakier plays, maybe names that I don't talk about all the time, but a guy like Chad Raymie at 6,700, coming off a 27th at the Colonial, 21st at TPC Avenel Farm for the Wells Fargo, won the Corrales Punta Cana. If you look at his Korn Ferry Tour profile, Chad Ramey's, an accurate player. He's a precision player. He's not going to overpower a golf course. Had a good short game on the Korn Ferry Tour. Has displayed some short game prowess in his early, PGA Tour career as a rookie. But decent iron player, really good iron player, and just hits a lot of fairways. So I think Chad Ramey is an interesting one at 60. What I say, 6,700? Is that where we're at? Yes, 6,700. And then the last one, a guy that we've kind of gone in spurts talking about because his form has kind of gone in and out. And, um, for a while there, it seemed like he was an automatic made cut, but it's good to see him kind of coming back into form. And that is Adam Schenk at 6,600, coming off a 24th place finish at the US Open, a 26th at the Memorial, made the cut at the PGA as well. Like maybe Adam Schenk's kind of coming around, ninth place at the Wells Fargo. He's a guy who hits fairways, good iron player. He's played here 4 times. He's never made the cut. Okay, never made the cut. That's not good, but that's okay. He's 6,600. There's going to be some volatility there. A guy at 6,600, you're really right. You can't get too wrapped up in the course history on some of these guys because like they're likely young players or inexperienced players or you know they're high variance players, right? So they're gonna have poor course history like that or poor form or whatever it may be. Like, but he's riding hot play right now. Like, let's look at what he did, how well he did in terms of strokes gained categories at the U.S. Open. So, uh, gained almost a full stroke tee to green, was about neutral off the tee and approach, really good around the greens, solid putting, just positive in every category. Finished 24th, shot 4 over. Like, that's pretty good. Adam Schenk. So I think Schenk is one that's in play. I think he's got it's probably a name down there that for now I could see for sure, giving you, a solid floor, but the upside is still probably in this field, probably a top 20, top 15. So I think that that's good for you. So that's it for the 6K range.